What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another Geoguessr video. First things first, thank you very much for 3,000 subscribers. We hit that last night. Very pleased to have. Thank you to all the new subscribers, and thank you very much to everyone who's been there for a long time. Very exciting times on the channel. I'm going to try and hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year, so let us see if I'm able to do that. Would be an honor to be able to do that for sure. But anyway, today we're going to be playing some capital cities of the world and cities of the world from a satellite image, looking down and trying to get as close as we possibly can. I'm not very good at this. I actually had a few takes where I just I spend too long, so I don't want to spend too long on rounds, but I do want to get the right answer. So here's the first one, pretty green. Let's get zoomed out so we get a better idea. So we've got some lakes. This one should not be too hard, I imagine. Feeling like Asian or maybe South American in terms of how green it is. We seem to be like at the basin of a river. So let's get in closer here and then try and look at the actual town itself. Feeling like an African town, or like capital city obviously, but feeling like an African city with the amount of traffic going on here and kind of like the reddish dirt. Looks probably like we're driving right-hand side of the road, but yeah, I would expect that we're driving right-hand side of the road with a city like this anyway. So I immediately want to check West Africa here. Accra is not quite right, but we want something that's on like the mouth of a river. Lomé, maybe not. So Lagos definitely doesn't make sense. Lagos is a bit not quite so green, I think. So Abidjan, this one may have some more promise to it. I don't think so though. In fact, it's not even the capital, so not to worry. They changed it. So yeah, it looks like there is a south coast here. So feeling less confident about these ones. Bissau almost looks correct. I do feel like I did really think that we were going to be somewhere in this area, but perhaps not. What about over here? No, I mean, that's not the capital city either. So, Okay, so switching to the other side, maybe somewhere elsewhere around here. Has to be somewhere with a sizable river, because we're quite zoomed out here. So this is at least like 5 kilometers wide, this kind of lake going on here. So I guess we'll switch over to, like, Asia. I mean, here. So I guess Pyongyang, a possibility? No, Pyongyang doesn't look like this, definitely not. The red dirt. We've got to think about this red dirt. Obviously, Bangkok. Vientiane, okay. No, again, don't think so. So, once again, struggling with this map for sure. Ho Chi Minh City, not even the capital. Where is this? Where is this? I actually am really not sure, guys. So, it should just be somewhere in Africa. Kampala, okay, Kampala, yes, it's Kampala, thank goodness. Look at this. This is the right shape. Yep, this is the right shape. And we are like, I mean, this round thing here appears to be like some kind of park, so I think we're just above that round thing. Yeah, just right near the center of the city. So there we go, 1.2 kilometers away. We get 4995, and we're moving on to the next round on a good score straight away. So took me a little bit to get there, but when I realized it wasn't the ocean, or might not be the ocean, that made sense. Okay, this one's extremely poor quality. Oh no, not too bad, not too bad. Feeling Asian, looks like very organized. These roofs feel Asian. Could it be Hold on, I don't want to speak too soon. I don't want to make a silly guess here. So let's take a look. We're driving around side of the road. All white road lines. So maybe actually Europe. Maybe it is actually Europe. Okay, we've got a river flowing through it. Let's get, like, why is it so low quality? Okay, so we've got like a mouth of a river here. Very organized city, this one. That should be the ocean again, but not really too sure. Very organized, patchwork. Fields as well. But yeah, it's super built up. Maybe at Amsterdam. I think Amsterdam kind of looks like this. I don't know why it's so low quality. That kind of made me think of like a poorer country. But yeah, I think Amsterdam kind of has this kind of look to it. So let's see if this makes sense. Actually, yeah, look at this like circular shape here. It's reflected here. So I think we are in Amsterdam, happily enough. And this one's going to be definitely 5K just because we're right here in front of this bridge. And then we in front of this canal here. Yeah, we're just right next to this canal here. So probably right there, I imagine. Seems like this railroad is right there. So yeah, we're exactly right here. But taking a look back at it, super green. Actually, I'm actually surprised there's so much farmland right near there. So yeah, pretty cool round, but we get the perfect score, undoubtedly. 16 kilometers away. Okay, here's the next one. Oh, this one's a smaller capital city, I imagine. Ooh, okay, where are we? Maybe Nepal or Bhutan. I think we're in Bhutan. Oh, no. Wow, we were just zoomed into the wrong spot. Not Bhutan at all, I don't think. So let's take a look at this big city here. So a lot of red roofs. Kind of... Oh, this one reminds me of the... This one definitely reminds me of Cambodia that we had last time. I'm not sure if it is, but it reminds me of it. But no, the mountains are too big, of course. So where is this? We've got a big airfield. Maybe the airfield will reveal some clues to us. Let's take a look at it. So also blue and red roofs. That's definitely interesting. Big mountains, very green. I still kind of like Asia, but I'm just not really sure where in Asia you'd have a capital city like this. I assume it's not Ulaanbaatar because the mountains are too big. So let's get in and take a look at the highway. Maybe that will reveal something to us. So, okay, so probably I'm thinking Africa just because it does seem to be super densely populated as well as like not very rich. But look at these blue roofs. That is the most interesting part of this round. Where do you have so many blue roofs? And look at this bridge as well. What's the purpose of that? Is this a river? I thought this was a highway. No, it's a highway. So why a bridge? Okay, so we got an athletic stadium and a river running through the town, that's for sure. Through the city. This is a big city, so I should know this, but I'm just trying to think. Okay, so where would we have like a big city like this embedded? So first thought, could it be Islamabad? And we're certainly surrounded by mountains on every side, so that makes sense. But no, I don't think the city is quite the right shape. But that was one thought I had. But now I guess we've got to think over this direction. So Ethiopia, we do have big mountains all sides of us actually in Addis Ababa. So perhaps that is the case that we are here. I don't think that's impossible, I must say. And we do have a river, so let's see if the river kind of lines up here. So we've got kind of like the river running in from the south. Oh, and the airfield. Do we see the airfield? Okay, the airfield's the wrong orientation. So that's going to be kind of the key to getting this one, I think. Where else would we be surrounded by mountains that's so green? Okay, so Bangui appears to be not quite a big enough city. Also, the mountain's not quite big enough as well. Okay, so Ivory Coast. Yep, also too flat. I feel like this is not too hard, but these blue roofs are definitely throwing me off like quite significantly. Okay, what's going on here? So just in the suburbs of this town, it seems to be like quite a lot of corrugated iron, like definitely quite poor. Okay, so maybe like Haiti or Dominican Republic here. So we'd obviously see ocean if we were in Haiti, but what about like I guess Santo Domingo is the capital, yeah. So yeah, we'd probably see ocean there as well. Okay, so scrap that. I don't think this is Caribbean if it's not one of those two, unless Havana wouldn't make sense either. So, man, this one should be like so simple, but I'm just trying to think. Like, okay, so maybe it is Nepal. Actually, the Nepalese airport runs in the right direction. So, all this time later, and it was just my exact first thought. So I guess we're right, like here, judging by like how the garden goes. But yeah, I guess with these big mountains, this one should have been a bit more obvious to me. But yeah, the shape of the city is definitely correct. This is Kathmandu for sure. So in relation to there, we're about here. So let's go for that guess. And yeah, 300 meters away, we even get, well, not quite a perfect score, but just about. Okay, so this one's good. We're actually going to get more or less a perfect score here. And whoa, this one was strange, but okay, this one should be a relatively easy get, I reckon. So I was just playing this before off camera, and I realized that some of these island nations they include, which are kind of dependencies of other countries. So, but yeah, I've not had this round. So quite densely populated. I mean, we've got the shape of the island, so this one really shouldn't be too hard. Most of the population seems to live on the north here. And now, is this the shape of Vanuatu? I don't think it is, but the capital city is Port Vila. No, so it's not quite the right shape. It did kind of remind me of this island over here in shape. You have to admit, they kind of look similar, but yeah, okay, no cigar there. So I actually think I will check Caribbean first, and we've got the airstrip down here. That's kind of the big one as well. So definitely mountainous. Let's check these. So last time I got trolled by Aruba, but yeah, it's not going to be any of these ones, so that's good. I just wanted to get them out of the way. Let's see what side of the road we're actually driving. That will probably help us out significantly, I imagine. Okay, so very low quality, actually. Surprisingly low quality for, what seems to be a pretty built-up place. So now I'm just looking for anything that's, like, vaguely the right shape. I'm just trying to remember this little, like, bay here. I think that's going to be, like, the clue to getting it, or the key to recognizing it amongst other islands. But, yeah, I don't see it anywhere around here, actually. So perhaps we are actually elsewhere, which would make sense. I mean, I could easily see it being a Pacific island. The thing is, the island itself is pretty big. Okay, so let's check Fiji. Suva is not the right shape. Not at all. Okay, so American Samoa. What about Samoa itself? No. Okay, that's fine. So I guess we just got to check through all of these now. It shouldn't take too long. So Tuvalu, obviously not. Solomon Islands. Okay, so the capital city is... where is the capital city? I always forget. It is here. And, you know, it's not too far off the right shape, but clearly not it. Port Moresby, it is not. Guam and North Mariana Islands shouldn't show up, nor are they the right shape. So, we're running out of proper options here. We are running out of proper options. Okay, so actually, now I'm thinking of it, it could be, Comoros. No, Comoros is the wrong shape, but, maybe it's like Seychelles, yeah. Yeah, Seychelles, right? Yeah, that's the right shape. Great. I'm disappointed with how long it took me to get that, but wow, it looks like quite idyllic here. It's like really a nice looking place, and so we're right near the center of Victoria here, just up in the hills, I imagine. So yeah, a nice little round. Should have gotten it sooner, but we ended up getting it correct. 200 meters away, 4999. So we're almost gonna get perfect here. And here's the final one, and this one should be super easy. Okay, so this one, how built up is it? Okay, so fairly built up, although all things considered quite small, because the airfield is the size of the capital city here. So I guess my only really thoughts are like Maldives, or like maybe one of the other, like, I guess it's not. Or is it Maldives? Actually, could be. So where's the airfield here? Okay, so the airfield is not the right way up. So that's good. Not going to be Maldives as far as, oh, actually, no, here's the capital. Okay, so it is Maldives. I thought so. I thought that was my first thought, just because of how green it is, how blue the ocean is around, you know, these, kind of like all this archipelago. So, yeah, we are just going to be in Malé. And whereabouts? Just in the center of the city as well. So, let's go for that. And we end up with a perfect score. We do. Yeah, 5,000 points. So we get to 24,992. Very clean. I think we will be done with the capital city map and now just move on to the harder cities map. So we had Netherlands, Nepal, Maldives, Seychelles, and Uganda, kind of creating like a really nice, I don't know what shape that would be, kind of, I don't know, it's like a hand, it's like an outstretched hand, if you see, well, these are the 4 digits. Anyway, I found that a pretty good seed, actually pleased to have gotten them all correct, and it didn't take me all that long, but let's head into this one, which should be a much more challenging affair. So, let's see, hopefully get some Australia. I would like some Australia, but this one, definitely, like, got a big river through it. It's quite just running through it. It's quite distinctive. Okay, big river, and right near the mouth of it as well. So where would we get this green? Okay, let's take a look back in at the city. We've got an athletics field. What is this? Probably a soccer pitch, I imagine. Okay, we've got lots of bridges. It's fairly built up. Okay, so in terms of architecture, let's think in terms of architecture now. It feels fairly poor. Quite a few corrugated iron roofs and whatnot. But at the same time, definitely a big city. I mean, not a mega city by any stretch of the imagination, but it stretches out for a long way. Okay, so let's get this full zoomed out again. Okay, wow. So there's a bigger city over here, a massive city, in fact, with a big airport as well. And so actually, we can probably get some clues from this bigger city, I imagine. Very densely packed. Does it feel Latin American? Probably not. Just trying to think here. This one is definitely interesting. Okay, so I guess we should get in here. So is like somewhere in Egypt possible here? I always, when I see like a big mouth of a river, I always think of it, but I don't think this quite lines up, especially with the angle. So definitely not Egypt, but I wanted to get that out of the way. Okay, so let's think about, oh, I forgot this is not capital cities, so we can be anywhere along the coast of Brazil here, I think is probably most likely. Maybe Macapá. Does not feel quite right, but we could be like, okay, Manaus. I kind of like Manaus, I think. The only problem is that the river angle is not quite wide. It's not quite wide enough here, and it's not quite, the right angle flow either way. So I do think it's the Amazon River somewhere, but it has to be a fairly big, urban center somewhere over here, perhaps. Okay, this one has some potential. I feel like it's a big city though. So that's the problem for us right here. Okay, so if we're in like Brasilia, yeah, no chance of that. Okay, so I think I will go like Santarém here, or Macapá, or Vista. Okay, that almost had more potential than the others, but it really feels like we're at the mouth of a river here. So I guess that's the confusing part of it all. Not going to be Georgetown. The angle is completely off. So I'm just going to go there. I'm very curious to see where this is. Let's see. Oh man, So that was in Vietnam. Okay, that kind of makes sense. Maybe I should have looked at the architecture more, but it was super low quality. Anyway, we'll restart because that was 0 points, and you know I like to get more than 0 points when I play. So let's see what the next one is. Okay, so zooming out. Okay, so we got like some coastline here. Do I recognize this? Slightly hilly. I don't think I recognize this coastline off the bat, but I'm sure. Well, we've got hills here, so let's take a look at its architecture, and hopefully after that we'll have a better idea. So definitely seems like a very organized city. Probably Europe, I would say. Well, we're driving left-hand side of the road. Okay, Britain was one of my first thoughts. A surprising number of black roofs, so maybe even Ireland is possible here. So I'd like to get some road lines, or yeah, but presumably with left-hand drive this is not. Okay, so yeah, okay, this did remind me of like maybe Ireland or something like that, or Wales. So let's take a look and see if we can find any like. Okay, I think we're near Blackpool actually. Is Blackpool itself the right shape? It's like almost the right shape. Man, this place I've chosen right here is like very similar. So maybe it's here. And then okay, yeah. So we are going to be in the biggest city over here. So probably Manchester, I imagine. Yeah, because I didn't realize there was these big hills next to Manchester. So are we just in the center of it? A bit above Manchester, about in Bolton, I reckon. Oh, let's check it out. We've got like a small river running to the south here. Okay, so we're gonna like be in Little Lever or Radcliffe or something like that. Let's go Little Lever. Yeah, 400 meters away. Perfect. Okay, not quite a perfect score, but you know, just about. So that was good deduction. I'm playing the easiest mode where you can zoom out all the way, but to be fair, I'm not very good at it anyway, so it's fine. Okay, so we got like, ooh, this one's really interesting. We're like in the river basin or something like that, in the middle of nowhere, presumably. I doubt we're gonna get any high quality pictures over here. Okay, so let's just go back into the town we're looking at here. Could it be Australia? I don't think this is Australia. I think this is probably somewhere in the Sahara Desert. Yeah, so we've got a fair number of trees. We've got like some terraced farms up to our north. But yeah, this one just feels like, yeah, desert Africa to me, probably. So if we zoom in over here, what do we have? Basically nothing. Okay, so we're like in the middle of like some kind of like desert here, somewhere in Africa. Maybe like rural Tanzania, rural Kenya. Even like rural Zambia, or I don't know, something like that would probably make most sense to me. I kind of like just like in the middle of nowhere in Tanzania, to be honest. But no, we should have like a lot of rivers running through where we are. So maybe Congo, maybe Democratic Republic of Congo would make a lot of sense here. We don't see any of those wide rivers, but we just kind of see like kind of spread out rivers like that. So I like DRC here, I think. This is like very dry, so I'm not really sure if you get this kind of like red soil, unless this was just taken in the dry season. That's the thing. I'm not quite sure with this part of the world, you know. So I'm thinking of even going a little bit further north, maybe Chad. Maybe a Chad guess could be the way. Almost feel like we have like a lot of little like, I don't know. Definitely a cool round, but I'm just not really sure where to guess. Maybe I will go with my initial thought over in Tanzania, but yeah, presumably somewhere in Africa here. Oh man, it was Niger. So Chad would have been a much better guess there. Yeah, in hindsight, probably a bit too green where I clicked, but you know, that's the way it goes. I'm not too disappointed. It's a tough round. Tough type of game. Okay, so we got some blue roofs, corrugated iron roofs, red roofs here, kind of combination. This one, maybe I've got to learn from my previous mistakes and go Southeast Asia here, but okay, this one's very flat. Ooh, very interesting, like river formation here. Let's get into this bigger city over here. Are we able to zoom here? Okay, yes we are, great. So let's see what this bigger city has to offer. Okay, so similar kind of deal here. What's this shape? I'm sure like someone watching this recognizes this square, but I do not. But yeah, again, what does this feel like? This was similar to this kind of pattern was similar to the, which round was it? This was similar to the Vietnamese round. I recall now. This was similar to the Vietnamese round. So I'm thinking of just going Vietnam. The architecture is similar with the blue roofs and everything. So I think I will go, yeah, near Ho Chi Minh City. So if we zoom all the way out here, we kind of have this like kind of shape going on over here. So I'll guess north of Ho Chi Minh City. Also kind of like, because it's a bit flatter down here, that would make sense. Let's see if we are right. Okay, Thailand, I'll take that. Not too bad. Definitely a similar kind of architecture, similar kind of like river basin kind of thing going on there. So that's a good score. I'm happy with that. Here's the next one. Oh, middle of nowhere. So where's our town? And zoom out here. Oh, wow. Okay, this one's cool. I feel like we had a similar round on one of our games before. Anyway, what is going on this city here? I feel like we had this in the last video, this similar, or a similar location, regardless. So, okay, so here's our town. A lot of red roofs. Very poor quality vision here. I think this is well, big mountains, though. Like, at least decently sized mountains. They might not actually be mountains. They might just be hills, but a lot of little clouds. This is cool. This is cool, but I'm not sure where. Okay, we have a coastline here. We're on some kind of peninsula. Okay, one thing I was thinking of is like here. Does that make sense with the kind of coastline here? Okay, so does that check out? Okay, let's actually make the minimap a little small here. I almost never do that, but I feel like we kind of need to do that for the... Okay, so this kind of curves around. I actually think we might be correct here. And if we were in this city here, would that make sense? I think we're, like, the city we're in is definitely bigger. Maybe Tugum. Huh, it definitely seems like it could be correct, you know? Like, this, like, blue bit kind of looks like this blue bit here, so... And then we have mountains over here. Could this be correct? Let's bring back up the map. Do we have the mountains over here? We do. I actually think I'm right, you know? This is actually a good bit of detective work, because this also looks similar. Where Boston is there is quite similar to that, so I imagine we're actually right here. And so we just need to click, you know, where the bigger part of the city is. Also probably actually a bit further up, maybe in like Monte Vista. So Monte Vista, not quite as big a city, probably in Compostela then. So yeah, probably Monte Vista, and then Compostela is the bigger city. So I'm hoping we're actually right here. Could this be right? Oh my goodness. That is actually sick. That's actually the best guess I've gotten on here so far, for sure. Glad that I recognized that coastline a little bit there. So yeah, that's great. That's great. Okay, we got big mountains here, very winding river. Okay, so probably Europe, but let's get in and look at the city first. Okay, oh wait, it's a running river. Okay, wait, is this Australia? Could this be, I think this is Albury Wodonga, before I even zoom in, because we got, like, what Albury, is here, and Wodonga is here. They have mountains either side of them, which we do have, and then we have all these mountains over here, and this extremely winding river. So we found it without even zooming in, which is sick. And so we can just click in the middle of Albury here and get a perfect score, essentially. Yeah, 400 meters away, essentially a perfect score there. So, 18,000, I think that's my new best, but let's do one more, before we end out the video here. But yeah, that was sick. That was a great game. Just the one bad guess, but let's see what we got going on here. Okay, in the farmland, we got coastline. I like coastline. Okay, big mountains. This surely is recognizable, but I don't recognize it off the bat. Probably African coast, but it's big mountains though. Okay, let's think here. So if we're zooming out here, this is like 10 kilometers across. Don't think this one's Australia, unfortunately. Okay, but let's get in here. Oh, a lot of red roofs. Should be Europe then. Should be pretty much guaranteed to be Europe. Okay, so maybe Spanish coast here. Oh yeah, I think this is Spanish coast. Okay, let's check in here. Like near Valencia, would that make sense? Oh, yeah, this is Valencia. This is actually in Valencia, so we're going to be like somewhere over here. I mean, the red roofs really gave it away this time. This is not actually the hardest round ever, but we're going to be somewhere like just north of Valencia like that. In the farmland? Yeah, something like that. So let's go for that. Yeah, not too interested in getting the perfect score. I just like to get it right, you know, without painstakingly working out the street. Anyway, this one's tougher. Okay. Wow. Okay. Strange glitch. Okay, we were just in the middle of the ocean. This one's gonna be a little easier now that we can zoom out. Okay, we got a big. Okay, this one looks like West African coast to me. We got a big lake here too. Big mountains though as well. So my first thought was just somewhere over here. And yeah, we could have mountains like if we were. So yeah, if we were in like near Monrovia, I think this coastline actually. Oh man, it's close to fitting, but it doesn't actually. Okay, that's. I mean, you guys can definitely see it looks similar. So say we were here, but we don't have those two lakes either. So okay, not Liberia, but I think I might still be on the right track. As for over here, yeah, not correct either. Okay. Back to the drawing board. I was liking the look of it, but not so much anymore. Regardless, we got these two big lakes to work with, so I guess we can just think about everywhere where we kind of have this kind of shaped coastline. I mean, it could be a Peru. Maybe we should actually just look at this city over here. I think that would probably be of benefit. So looking in at it, Okay, fairly actually well organized. Okay, so definitely feeling like Italy or something like that, which is kind of a surprise to me. Not exactly what I had expected, but yeah, I guess actually that would make sense with kind of these bigger mountains. So let's forget about South America for the moment and head over here. And so if well, we could probably find the shapes of these lakes before anything. Okay, I think this might be. I think we're around here, right? Okay, so that would be the one lake, and then the second lake would be... Yeah, we found it, great. Okay, so we are... Where's the actual location? Okay, the location is kind of like in the bigger town lining up with this one. So, is it before the river or after the river? Yeah, just before the river, pretty close into the river, so probably like here. Beautiful. Okay, so we are playing well now. Starting to get my eye in for this, guys. You gotta get the architecture, you gotta get the landscape, and then you gotta just look. I think the architecture plus landscape plus like the broad picture, that's what it's got to be. Okay, so we have really interesting like side running mountains here. Kind of reminds me of the ones you get in like Venezuela, but to be honest, there's probably a lot of places with these kind of like mountain ridges that look pretty cool. I'm just trying to think. There's other places. New Zealand also has them sometimes, I feel like. Anyway, let's take a look at the town first, shall we? Oh, Japanese, looking very well organized. So are we driving left like I suspect we are? Could actually be US as well. Okay, that's like a big, like, athletic stadium. What side of the road are we driving on? Oh man, this is hard to tell. Okay, it's kind of like, it's kind of like, all this is like smushed together, this coverage. It's not very, like, accurate picture, so it's hard to tell. Yeah, yellow road lines, though. Maybe this is the US. Okay, so if we're in the US, where? So I don't think Alaska has that kind of... No, I don't think Alaska has that kind of like horizontal ridges, unless we're somewhere like here. Yeah, so it's still possible, but okay. So actually, does the river flow off this direction? Okay. Well, it looks very similar, this kind of like tri-shape to this tri-shape here, but I actually do not believe that that is correct. Okay, this tri-shape to this tri-shape? Again, not quite correct. Okay, we can forget about that, but these horizontal ridges, this shouldn't be too hard. I have no doubt that a lot of people know. What about this town over here, though? I wanna get more of a view here. Okay, so a lot of like black roofs. I still feel like Japan is possible. Oh, please show me. It's a single yellow line as well. I think it is Japan, you know. Oh, they got baseball here, so well, Japan loves baseball. Big shopping center though. Kind of reminds me of the US. It's like very spread out if it was Japan. But it certainly could be. It certainly could be. I'm not saying it couldn't. Okay, so I guess we'll just quickly check Japan, because that's my other thought here. Where would we have these, like, ridges, though? That's the question. I don't really see them. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, so... Well, I want to get more perfect scores, but I'm just not quite sure. Okay, so let's take a look at this town again. Again, we got a third town here. Maybe this will give us some more clues. So big highway. Again, so many like black roofs. Definitely what makes me think. Okay. Oh yeah, Indians. Okay, so we are in the US, and I remember from the last comment, that Indians is like a very, or like all the kind of names are very generic in the US, can literally be anywhere. So now, well, I got to think. Okay, and now I think I've remembered as well. I think I see these like landforms in West Virginia or something like that in the Virginias maybe. Okay, so yeah, around here. Yeah, this is the type of place we are. Okay, so now we just need to find where the three rivers meet. I knew I recognized these. So let's zoom out a bit. Zoom this one all the way out. Okay, that's all the way out. We got to find where these three rivers meet. It could even be the Mississippi. I don't know if it could be the Mississippi, but it kind of reminds... Well, it's going to be big rivers anyway. So this river... Okay, so we're in this kind of area here, I'm sure. So this river doesn't really meet up with any others like I want it to. Okay, so probably not quite there. We have to be going east to west, so I think we're in this area, you know? Okay, this river here? Okay, I like the shape of this one. Kind of had the same kind of thickness to it, but... Yeah, okay, well... I don't know how much patience I have for this one anymore, man. I think I'm just going to click in here, because I do pretty much know... where, like, in this area, right? I think so. So, I'm going to click here, and then... Yeah, we're kind of in the thick of these mountains, so... I like where we've got our marker now. Let's see how close we are. And okay, it was Pennsylvania. Okay, yeah. Okay, could have gotten that if I had more time, but for today, I'm happy with that. That's good enough score. And then, okay, over here, What have we got? Okay, more coastline. I like this. I like this. Flat, dead flat. Kind of in a cove, and it's a big city. This is a big city. Okay, so let's take a look at what this city exactly looks like. Okay, a lot of like black roofs. Could it be? I was thinking China off the bat, but probably actually US, to be honest. Wait, so if we're in the US, where would this be? Not. What does San Diego look like? Okay, San Diego doesn't quite have the right shape, but almost similar. So I'm thinking of California coast here. San Fran is wrong. Okay, so Portland is wrong, and so is Seattle. So perhaps not the United States of America, unless we were in like a very like strange configuration somewhere. Would be okay. We could still be over this side, I suppose. Yeah, still not convinced that this is going to be the US, actually. Okay, so let's get back into here. Still thinking of North America or something like that, but look how dry this place looks. Definitely reminds me of, like, Texas or something, I must say, but... Okay, what's this? This is strange. What is that? It's like a big monument? Why is it so, like... Is it like a big, dam? Or... I don't know what this is. Okay. It's not as big as I thought. I thought these were people, but you can see a car. A car for scale is not that big, so it's not huge. But, okay, we got American football. Yeah, so this is North America, so theoretically this shouldn't be too hard. Are we going to be in, like, it's not New Orleans, but maybe somewhere around there, I guess? Just the angle of it is strange, so maybe something like this. We could be in this bay here. Again, not quite. I mean, like, what about that? No, it's not quite right, but it has to be a big town. So Houston, no. Corpus Christi, no. Okay, so maybe even looking at some of these bigger lakes or something like that. So Seedale, no. Sleedle, no. New Orleans, no. Okay, so I think we're somewhere around here, surely. So Mobile, definitely not. But the American Football Stadium, we have to be within range. Okay, yeah, I haven't even checked Florida yet. It should be somewhere in Florida. In fact, I'm almost sure. Okay, so something like this. Okay, this one almost has a similar shape to it. Tampa, not Tampa as far as I can tell. That almost had some promise to it as well. Jacksonville, no. Oh man, I don't want to miss this, but I just can't think of where it's going to be. I thought when I remembered Texas that it should be Texas, but now that I'm looking at it more, it's a strange round. Oh wow, we got ocean there as well. Okay, that definitely changes things. That totally changes things. But I'm still not sure. It definitely changes things, but I'm still not sure, you know. So we're on some kind of... Let's think about this logically. So we got like a river... It couldn't be Panama, could it? Where's the canal? Where's the canal at? No. Fortunately not that, because I would have felt so silly if that was Panama. I just saw the way that there's like a canal running through here. I'm assuming this is a canal. Looks probably man-made in this section here. So should immediately know where that is because of that reason, but I just don't. I just don't know where it's going to be. Why do they need to make a canal like that? I don't know. And why do they have American Football Stadium where they need a canal like that? That's the pressing question that I have no idea. Like, surely to most Americans this is easy, but okay, we can pan up and down here. Aye. It's definitely, you know, feels like warm weather. Like, feels... I don't know. My patience is running low, so I'm just going to guess in Florida here. Let's see. Oh, man, so far north. Oh, this... Dude, that's why. Every American will be screaming because, you know, they know the shape of this better than I do. Niagara Falls makes total sense. We're in Buffalo, NY. But for me, it just felt like a really warm climate, and that's why I didn't guess that sooner than I did. So, you know, it is what it is. Still not going to probably break the 20k mark unless we get a really nice score here, but regardless, that's how it goes. Okay, this one is easy. This one's New York, surely, right? Well, this looks like Long Island to me anyway, so I'm assuming this is New York City. Looking here, this is Long Island. Yes. Okay, so a nice easy one to end it out. Sorry, American viewers, but I hope this made it up to you, that I instantly recognized this. Let's go there and get our 20k. Very clean indeed. Okay, we got 20,100. That is a good effort. Oh, goodness, USA. You gave me some problems here, but at least on the European side of things, I was good. And most of my viewers come from Europe anyway, so hopefully I made you guys happy. Guys, thank you very much for watching all the way to the end. I very much enjoyed making that one. More satellite content coming soon. Shoutouts to the guy who made it as well. Yeah, I'll see you guys in a video very soon. Bye-bye. Catch you later.